Intellectual property. As with real estate, ownership of the mind's products implies the right to exclude others from using them. When intellectual property rights are effectively enforced, the owner of a new computer chip or novel can use the power of exclusion to extract a price from others. The price rewards the creator, which results in more innovations and faster growth, a form of dynamic efficiency. After making an innovation, disseminating it allows more people to enjoy its advantages. Intellectual property rights can also increase dissemination. Without property rights, the innovator may try to keep the innovation secret in order to profit from it. Thus, Renaissance Venetians carefully guarded the secrets of glassmaking, and Shakespeare carefully guarded the texts of his plays so that only his company could perform them. With effective intellectual property rights, however, the innovator need not fear that others will steal the innovation. Instead of keeping it secret, the owner can disseminate it and charge fees for its use, such as licensing fees for patents or performance fees for plays. Replacing secrecy with property increases dissemination, which results in wider use and increase in static efficiency. Although secure intellectual property rights cause the owner to disseminate an innovation, dissemination usually stops short of the point required for static efficiency. Monopoly theory explains why. A valuable invention creates a better product or a better way to make an old product. If the invention has no close substitutes, granting a patent to copyright creates monopoly power, which means that the seller can raise the price. To maximize profits, the owner monopolist sets the user fee too high for social efficiency, so its use is too low. Thus, intellectual property law may result in less dissemination of an innovation than required for static efficiency. Patents and copyright may be temporary monopolies that can vary in breadth and duration. Narrowing the breadth or shortening the duration of intellectual property rights often decreases monopoly profits and increases dissemination. To illustrate, assume that one person writes a novel and another adapts it for a movie. Narrow copyright law gives the novelist ownership of the novel and the adapter ownership of the movie rights. In contrast, a broad copyright law gives the novelist ownership of the novel and the movie rights, which are an example of what we called derivative works. Similarly, a patent on a computer chip can last different lengths of time in different countries. Starting from narrow, short intellectual property rights, broadening and lengthening them rewards the creator and encourages more innovation. If the innovation can be kept secret, then broadening and lengthening the intellectual property rights rewards dissemination by increasing user fees, thus increasing incentives for creation. Also increases incentives for dissemination, at least up to a point. Beyond this point, however, broadening the scope or duration of the owner's property rights increases monopoly power, which rewards creation and reduces dissemination. Thus, incentives for creation and dissemination trade off. Later, we explain that increasing the scope or duration of the creator's property rights still further may eventually reduce creation and dissemination.